Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United versus Liverpool is upon us. It is so close. It's Friday Night Live. Although, actually, it might not be Friday Night Live. You know, the weird thing is about YouTube that people could be watching this back in 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time. Although, there is one certainty, if you are watching it in 20 years' time, Liverpool won't have won the league. But this is Mourinho's biggest gamble. If you look at what's been said today, we've done the preview before. I'm not going to go over our old grounds. That's not what we're doing on this channel. But Chinese is on order, for those who are asking. Yes, I have been out. But Klopp has called it the biggest game imaginable. Mourinho has called it just another game that's not that special. This is a gamble by Mourinho of epic proportions. I've been out today, and I think the great thing about socialising, having a beer or whatever, or a Coke or a milkshake, whatever, with your mates, is that you do talk about football and you establish things. And I've wrote a few notes here, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. Mourinho loses and he's F-U-C-K-E-D. I'm not going to say that word, but that's one of my notes tonight. And it really does come from a conversation I was having with somebody this evening in the pub, and they said Mourinho is not going to go for it in this game. He is going to pragmatically approach it and try and win 1-0. That's what he's going to do. And they said he probably will do it. And I was like, no, as I do here. You know, I speak honestly like I do with you lot. I said, the reality is, I back Mourinho. He'll do Klopp over. He's done it before. But he said to me, well, name me a home fixture this season where Manchester United have actually got at a team in the first half and dominated them throughout the game. And I'll throw that open to you now, because I couldn't think of one. Obviously I think some people go half glass empty, half glass full, and all that kept coming into my head was all the home games where we haven't done it. Man City at home, and we didn't bloody turn up. Chelsea first half didn't turn up. Burnley and Southampton over Christmas didn't turn up. I mean, Spurs at home was a bit of an odd one. Yeah, Martial came on and scored the winner. But yeah, I suppose tomorrow is massive. It is absolutely massive, because we haven't really. And I suppose this is where some anti-Mourinho people are, is that we don't play great football. We don't dictate games. We don't turn up and dominate people. And even when we were 4-0 FC at the start of the season, which feels a long time ago, August, September, if you think back, we'd normally get 3 goals in the last 20 minutes. I think that's what usually happened. It's difficult to think of a performance, especially a home performance, where we've turned up from minute 1 in any game, home or away, turned up in minute 1 and been on it. And I think that is something that is indicative of United this season. And I do think Mourinho is playing a gamble. I do think it's a gamble when he says it's not an important game, it's just another game, and then Klopp is saying it's massive. I think, this afternoon I was like, Mourinho's playing a blinder here. It's like a game of poker. He's playing a close hand. He's saying it's just another game, but behind the scenes he's got everyone pumped up. But then Klopp's saying it's the biggest game ever, even though he's coming to Old Trafford with his team. It's like, why is Klopp saying that? Because what if we pull his pants down and smack his arse in front of the world? He makes himself look an idiot because he's built it up into such a big game. Is that overconfidence from Klopp and underconfidence from Mourinho? Ethian News has made a contribution. Thank you. He says, what if we get them in the Champions League again? Wow. Well, we've got to get through the Champions League on Wednesday night, first of all. But there's a good comment there from Ali Hamel. He says, if we want Liverpool at arm's distance, we need to win. Well, we do, yeah. And Mourinho is playing with the media and he hates Liverpool. Mourinho has only lost like 5 games against Liverpool in 22 games, and that's from somebody called Manchester United. And I do agree with that. I don't think Mourinho underestimates this game at all. What I would say is that it's a big gamble, because going back to that statement I said at the start, if we lose this game tomorrow, I mean, if anyone's ever watched Game of Thrones, I put the gif up on my Twitter account earlier. It's Jon Snow pulls his sword up on his feet, and he's got an army of people on horses running at him. I feel a little bit like that, and I'm sure a lot of Manchester United fans feel like that tonight. It's sort of like you've been fighting the tide of scouse, abuse and hate and banter for the last few days, and you're not just going to sit there and go, yeah, we might lose. Of course, you've got to have pride in the shirt. You've got to have pride in the shirt. Where is it? You've got to have pride in the badge, and you've got to fight against that. And you know, tomorrow night, if we lose, the barrage of hate's going to hit us like a bloody whirlwind, isn't it? And it won't be very nice. But I refuse to live my life by not standing up to people, by sitting down and going, yeah, well, I do support Manchester United, but we're probably going to lose, and let Liverpool with their great football. I mean, you know, Liverpool's exciting football is just the 2018 translation of next year's our year. That's the bottom line. I'm not sitting down for Liverpool. I don't suspect any Liverpool fans going to sit down for us. I think there's a lot of Liverpool fans who are giving it large, and if they lose tomorrow, they're going to have to take the same abuse. I don't hold that against Liverpool fans. At the end of the day, you're loyal, passionate to your club. What I don't like to see is United fans going, oh, you're setting yourself up for a big fall tomorrow with some of the tweets you've been putting out. I'm sorry, I don't live my life like that. I don't live my life waiting for a result before I jump on the winning team. I'm a Manchester United fan. This game's not kicked off. It's at Old Trafford. We should bloody win it. And I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it to Liverpool fans. I'm going to give them the banter. I'm going to put gifs of Gerrard slipping. I'm going to put pictures of Berbatov mugging off Carragher. I'm going to put pictures of Gary Neville kissing the badge. Of course I am. I'm a Manchester United fan like all you lot. And, you know, this is part of it. You know, if I fall on my sword tomorrow because Liverpool beat us, I haven't picked the team. I'm not a United player that hasn't turned up. I'll turn up tomorrow. You'll turn up tomorrow. We're all excited. We're really passionate. Let's bloody have it. Let's bring it on and let's beat them. And if they don't beat them, I've had defeats in the past. As of you, I'll just have to bloody take it, won't I? That's part of football. But I'm not going to sit down quietly all week and go, Manchester United, Liverpool, I'm going to stay really quiet because if we lose this, I'm going to look a right idiot. I don't care. If we lose this game, I still support Manchester United. If we win it 5-0, I still support Manchester United. If we draw it, parking the bus, I still support Manchester United. This is a massive game. If Klopp wants to agree that it's a big game, fair play. If Mourinho wants to play a tactical poker game and say it's not that big, fine. But as a Manchester United fan, Manchester United versus Liverpool is the biggest game in the calendar. I don't care if it's the Champions League final against Real Madrid. The consistent thing every year is that Manchester United-Liverpool is the biggest game in English football. And I'm having it, and I'm up for it, and I'm going to say we're going to win tomorrow, and I'm up for it, and I'm not going to sit down. I'm not sitting down to Scousers. You haven't bloody won a title for 30 years. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up with your exciting football. Shut up with Salah. You've not won anything. You're not even ahead of us this year. And to be honest, both of us should sit down embarrassed at how far we are behind City. But no, this is Liverpool v Manchester United. It doesn't matter about who's player of the year. It doesn't matter who's got the exciting football. It is effectively a technical derby. Bring it on. Let's see who's going to win. If I end up looking an idiot tomorrow, I only look an idiot because I'm a Manchester United fan, and I don't make any apologies for that. I'm up for it. You're up for it. Bring it on. I can't wait for this game. I absolutely can't wait for it. And if Liverpool fans feel the same as us, fair play. That's your club. I ain't got a problem with you, but I ain't going to give no quarters given. No quarter is going to be given. We're up for it. Let's go and do it. I tell you what, I'm going to have a Chinese in a minute. I'm going to have a couple more beers. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow at 12:30. When I go to sleep tonight, I'll be thinking about it. When I wake up in the morning, I'll be thinking about it. I hope every Manchester United player is thinking about it. I hope every Manchester United player is focused about it. Because I think that's one of the big questions that gets levelled at them. Why are we not hitting, not even minute one, why are we not hitting second one of every game? Why against Chelsea a couple of weeks ago at Old Trafford when Mourinho's been having this bloody personal argument with Conte? Why are we shaking hands with everyone in the tunnel? Why didn't we turn up for 45 minutes? Why in a Manchester derby when we've got ourselves into a brilliant opportunity? You know, we went away to Watford in November, we went away to Arsenal in November, we beat Newcastle. We put ourselves in a great opportunity to bring Man City to our place, to beat them and narrow it down and have a shot at the title, and we bloody didn't turn up again. Why are we not turning up? Why are the players not turning up from minute one? That's the big question, and that's the big question. I'm not going to ask it tomorrow night, because if tomorrow night we've lost this game and we're all sat there going, why haven't Manchester United turned up again? Then it's a recurring theme. I want to ask that question now, before the game's been kicked. Why are we not turning up? We've got to turn up tomorrow. We've got to turn up. Liverpool have got an identity. I'll say it so many times. I know Liverpool play good football. I know how Liverpool play. You know how Liverpool play. We don't know how Manchester United play. But tomorrow, there is an opportunity with the watching world where, you know, by hook or by crook, the positive thing with Manchester United is this. People may say we play boring football. People may say that Mourinho is not the right man for Manchester United. I disagree. People may say Lukaku's a flop, Pogba's a flop, Martial's not as good as everyone makes out, Rashford's the new Welbeck. They can say whatever they like about Manchester United, but you must always remember that 99.9% of it is based on salty bitterness. The reality is, despite all these apparent problems that we have, we are second in the league, we are ahead of Spurs and Liverpool, we are still in both cups, and we are in March, in the middle of March, where we deserve to be. So we're not that bad, and tomorrow is an opportunity for us as a club to go out and make a statement at Old Trafford. The fans will react. The fans will react if we put on a performance. But what we can't do is go into this game lethargic and just mess around for 45 minutes and then try and undo whatever damage we've done to ourselves in the second half. We clearly can play football. We've seen it. We've been a second half team for most of the season. We need to be a first half team tomorrow, because if we're not, then Liverpool will take advantage. But I still think that we are going to turn up, and I think we will do it. Interesting comments from Dejan Lovren, who's probably the worst Premier League centre-back of all time, saying that we never play for a point. I mean, I don't know whether they have, like, you know, people talk about religion being quite mantra and, like, you know, brain-fed, but I think Liverpool players must have some sort of, you know, every hour. It's like when you go to school, you have assembly. I think Liverpool players, before they go out on the training pitch, they must have just somebody chanting at them total nonsense about, you are the best, you know, you are this great team. But you're not. Manchester United have a responsibility tomorrow to go and beat Liverpool, and if we do it, the season looks great. But it is a gamble for Mourinho. Of course it is. He's got a big gamble tomorrow, because if he loses the game tomorrow, I wouldn't say he's screwed, but I think unfairly, if we lose tomorrow, you know, I'm off. Social media, the lot of it, I'm off till Sunday night at 8 o'clock. I can't be doing with... I don't even want to make excuses up if we lose tomorrow. I'll be honest with you, and it's not me going into hiding or anything like that. The fan cams will go up at full time. We'll do an hour taking your calls, but after that, I'm off till 8 o'clock on Sunday night. I'm not going to come on and start talking about this, that, and the other unless there's something glaringly obvious. I can't defend the fact if we lose tomorrow because we don't turn up. I'm not interested in that. I will take my time out and I will lick my wounds, but there are fans out there who feel that if Mourinho one bad result and they're on his back. I mean, the reality is we've got Sevilla on Wednesday, we've got Brighton on Saturday, and they're big games as well. But Manchester United versus Liverpool, I mean, I think it's Manchester. Who would you rather lose to, Sevilla or Liverpool? And I know everyone's going to say I'd rather lose to Liverpool because we get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Are we going to win the Champions League? I think there's more. I think beating Liverpool has got to always be number one. And I'd say about Brighton in the FA Cup as well. Yeah, we've got a good chance of winning the FA Cup, but I don't want to lose to Liverpool. I mean, some things are more important than a trophy. I don't want to lose to Liverpool. No, Mark, we're United, win or lose, you get back here and deliver another great show, says Mighty Mo. No, well, maybe. I don't think we won't turn up. People like Lingard and Rashford will be up for it, says Daniel Rowland. Well, it depends if he plays those sort of players. But if we were to lose, and I don't want to talk about that, but if we were to lose, then obviously the ramifications are you're going to have all the press behind having a pop at him. I think there'll be certain fans who have a pop at him. But as a manager, I think I worry about tomorrow, because I think actually if you take out all the emotion and everything, and it's very difficult because I'm pumped for this game and everyone's pumped for it. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Pogba being injured. I mean, I've not read anything about that. I've not heard anything. There is tension, Saturday. I've heard nothing about Paul Pogba being injured. And okay, so I'm reading something here. Pogba suffers fresh setback and is an injury doubt. If Pogba's out tomorrow, I think I'm going to say we're screwed. I've got to be honest. If Pogba's out tomorrow, we're in a lot of trouble. So Pogba apparently pulled up in training, and he's an injury doubt for tomorrow. It's ridiculous because I won't believe that. It's a slight niggle. I think he'll play. I think he has to play. Because what I was going to say before, I mean, there are a few news reports there, ESPN, Metro, saying that Pogba's out injured. Not out injured, he's got an injury. But the one thing I was going to say that worries me about tomorrow is Liverpool have got a good attack. We've got a good attack, but we don't feed it. We've got a good defence. Liverpool don't have a good defence. So marginally, you say United are ahead. We've got a good attack if we feed it. Liverpool have got a bad defence. Liverpool got a good attack. We've got a good defence. So we're ahead. Where this game's going to be won and lost is the midfield. And we all know the reason our attack doesn't get fed is because our midfield's not good at getting the ball from back to front. And also, we also know our midfield's quite static and teams bust through it and expose our back four. What we've seen against Chelsea, Sevilla, Palace is all three of those teams running at our back four and creating chances because they burst through the midfield. Midfield is the thing that worries me. Now, Fellaini's apparently back. McTominay's obviously available. Matic is available. Pogba. Imagine, I mean, this makes me want to cry. If Pogba missed the game tomorrow, we would have to play a combination of Matic, McTominay, Fellaini and Carrick. 3 from those 4. It makes you want to throw up. That would be basically 4 of the same slow players with very little creativity. Fellaini, McTominay, Matic and Carrick. McTominay's probably the most creative. They're all 6'2" north. They're all quite slow. I think we're in trouble. We need Pogba tomorrow. He's got to play tomorrow. We probably need him against Sevilla. But this, if Pogba is injured, then this is where I'm really frustrated about what United did in January. I mean, we know Alexis Sanchez is world class. We also know that Alexis Sanchez has been signed, put into a position we already had a good player and disrupted half of the team. Pogba, Martial and a few others. If we'd not bought Alexis Sanchez, and apparently he's on half a million a week, if we'd not bought Alexis Sanchez and just said, no, let him go to City, City still would have won the league like they're going to win it anyway, and we could have spent that money on maybe 1 or 2 midfielders in January, which we are desperate for. I mean, Alexis Sanchez is a world-class player, and I'm hoping tomorrow he's going to show it. He needs to show it. He's got to turn up in a game like this. This is where we need him, and on Wednesday night. But if Sanchez wasn't available, then we've still got, well, Martial may be injured tomorrow, but we've still got Rashford who can play on the left. We've still got options on the left. But it would be, I just think we made a big mistake in January not getting midfielder, because the midfield is such an important part of the team, and that's where we could win or lose this game. I'm hoping tomorrow that we are just going to have players who love the club, love the badge, love the fact that it's such a big game and they're going to turn up. We've got to hope for that because the fans are ready for that. $500,000 a week, says RG Gaming. That is the rumour about Sanchez. That is the rumour. SJ Johnson, I'm going to move to you lot now. SJ Johnson says he'll turn up. You know what? At some point, Alexis Sanchez is going to turn up. I don't really buy into this negativity around Alexis Sanchez or Paul Pogba. They are top class players. They are cancelling each other out, as we've discussed on numerous shows. But they will turn up. Alexis Sanchez isn't going to suddenly become Nathan Redmond. You know, he's not. He will be Alexis Sanchez. We've just got to get the best out of him. The same for Pogba. As long as they're at Manchester United, they will come good. They're good players. Paul Robinson makes a good point. Pogba and Sanchez combined last game lost the ball 55 times. Ever heard of such a figure? I just think, Paul, we've spoken about it a few times. They just cross onto each other all the time. They're getting in each other's way, and that is a problem. Herrera needs to play, says Jay. I'd love him to play, but he's injured. Just a little bit of a shout out. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop us a like if you're watching live. I want to get 1,000 likes when we're live on a Friday night show once. Just one time. Make me happy. Hit the like button. Let's see if we can do it. But tomorrow, Brandon B's having beers at 7:38 AM. I'm getting on it tomorrow. Sod it. I'm getting on it. But I want you to know the programme for tomorrow, because it's your channel. So 11:30, we're live on the United Stand with the team news. 12:30, kick-off. 2:30, roughly, full time. 2:30 to 3:30, Skype show. You call in, have your say. Probably going to be the biggest Skype show of the year, because if we win, we're happy. If we lose, I don't want to think about it. It's Liverpool. It's going to be a big show. So that's your day tomorrow. Join us for it. I'm not going anywhere. What has just made me happy? He says, Sir Alex Ferguson visited the Lowry Hotel tonight to talk to the players ahead of the Liverpool game. Good. Good. I hope he did, because that's what's needed. We need that passion. I don't care if it's... I would just love a United fan, whether it's somebody from the United stand or wherever. I would just love somebody to get them in a room and just go, you know what? This matters. This matters. You've got to give it. I know you paid a lot of money, but you've got to give it. You've got to understand it. I mean... People talk about how much money footballers earn. And yeah, they earn a lot of money. But, you know, when you're dead, you don't take the money with you. When you're taking your last breath, it doesn't matter if you've got 5 million in your bank account or 20 million in your bank account. Somebody else is going to spend that money. But with your last breath, if you could think, I was loved by Manchester United fans, that is more important than any amount of money you can ever take with you. And these mercenaries who go to China or wherever to earn money, I never understand it, because it's not about what your bank balance is when you die. It's about what impact you've had when you die. And this, if you are fortuitous enough to be part of a Manchester United squad that's going to play Liverpool, and millions of Manchester United fans are going to be watching you tomorrow looking for a hero. What an opportunity. What a platform. If you're Alexis Sanchez, if you're Pogba, Lukaku, whoever, what a platform, what a thought to be going to bed to tonight. I have got millions watching me tomorrow, and I can be their hero, and they can remember me for eternity. What an opportunity. What an opportunity. And I think that's where footballers in the modern day, they just get lost in this bubble of, oh, it's about what sponsorship, it's about what dumb wag I've got on my arm, it's about what boot deal I've got, it's about what my agent's getting, it's about my next contract. Oh, simplify it. Take it back to what I used to do down the park. Jumpers for goalposts. Scoring an FA Cup game when it's your local green for final for Manchester United. This is what it's all about. And, you know, I don't want to give Liverpool any glory because I'm not interested in them. There's a rivalry. I don't like you because of that. But it will be the same for them. And it should be the same for us. Why are we not turning up from minute one? I tell you what, if I was in that tunnel tomorrow and you were in that tunnel tomorrow, do you think I'd even move my head an inch to the right to look at Liverpool players, to give them a minute of my time, to give them an inch of a smile, a millimetre, I mean like this, looking forward. That's what it is. Minute one, focused, bang, let's have it, come on, let's go for it. I don't get the modern mentality of, oh yeah, we used to play together, didn't we? Oh yeah, we're national teammates. Get lost. I ain't interested. Gary Neville had it to a T with Schmeichel. They won a treble together. Schmeichel went to Man City, tried to shake his hand in the tunnel. Gary Neville was like, no, I ain't shaking hands with you. Boom. Game time. Football hasn't evolved. What's happened is they've become bloody pop stars. They've become movie stars where it's all about, oh, I'm on so much money, let's go and play bowling tomorrow even though you play for Man City and I play for Manchester United. It's a mockery of what fans are all about. We don't want to go bowling with Man City fans. We don't want to go bowling with Liverpool fans. We want to be Manchester United fans. We want to be tribal. Not abusive or vicious, but we want to be tribal about the club we support. And we want heroes in a Manchester United shirt who feel the same way. There's nothing wrong with that. Do it after the game, says Matteo7. I agree. Let's turn up tomorrow. I think, Eno, I agree with you. It's so bit harsh, Mark, says Kieran Byrne. I need a little bit more than that. Friends after the game, not before, says Sally Devil Red 7. It's coach Mark, tactical. Jose wants control. No risks in the final third. Do not concede at any cost. Puts all players on the back foot immediately, says Paul Robinson. Yeah, I can understand tactics, Paul, but I don't understand why you don't turn up from minute one, because even if you are a defensive team and you are focused on not making mistakes, you've still got to hit into the tackles in the first minute, and we've got to hit it tomorrow. We've got to hit it tomorrow. This is why we've called this Mourinho gambles on Manchester United future, because tomorrow, if we play the game tomorrow really negative and we don't turn up in minute one but we win the game 1-0, the abuse we'll be giving Liverpool will be just fantastic. If we don't turn up tomorrow and we lose, everyone's going to be, I'm fed up of this negativity, I'm fed up of this rubbish football, I'm fed up of his not getting players up for it, why aren't the players up for it, why are the tactics like this isn't good enough. Even though we'd still be third and still in both Champions League and FA Cup. That will be the reaction tomorrow. If we go into the game tomorrow and we play really well from minute 1 and we're up for it and we get an injustice penalty or a red card and we lose the game, then people will, you know, backs to the wall, we'll fight. We'll go Liverpool fans, whatever. You won the game, you were lucky, this, that and the other. We've got to be given something. You've got to be given something of fans, whether you're in the ground tomorrow or whether you're watching it at home, in a pub, wherever. We've got to be given something. And I think that's what many Manchester United fans are feeling at the moment, is they've got to be given something to grab onto. You know, losing isn't unknown in football. Losing happens, but you've got to give us something. You've got to give us something to hold on to. We can't go into a game, not turn up, play negatively and then lose, because there's nothing for us. We can't justify that in our heads. The only reaction is to be, well, you shouldn't have picked them, you shouldn't have played those tactics. If you lose a game in a way where, you know, God forbid, we actually played well tomorrow, but Salah is the new Messi and he wins the game 4-3, then I wouldn't like to accept it, but you know, you'd have to. KS Cannon 4 says, I'm going to lose it if we lose. Look, as I said, straight after the game tomorrow is the Skype show. You can call in and have your say. I hope you're all calling in bantering Scousers. I mean, that's what we want to see happening. Of course we do. I'm just very excited. I'm buzzing. I have been out for a few drinks, but I feel fine now. I've had a bit of Coke. Not that sort. And I've got a Chinese on the way. I'm going to watch a film. I'm going to try and get some sleep. And then I'm going to watch my daughter play tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to be ready for you lot at 11:30 with the team news. Whatever the team news is, I'm going to take it down a level. And in the past, team news has hit and I've gone, where's Martial? Oh, bloody Fellaini's starting again. Tomorrow, no. I didn't do it against Chelsea. I've not done it for a long time. I will reserve my judgment till after the game. I am not going to criticise his formation, his selections tomorrow, or his choice. Ashley Young, Luke Shaw, I think it'll be Young. It should be Shaw. I would play Bailly. He'll probably play Smalling and Lindelof. I would play McTominay. He'll probably play Fellaini. I would find a place for Rashford. I don't think he will. You know, but this is what he's paid to do. 666 keeps coming up a lot. 1,666 people watching. That's the second time I've seen 666 today. I'm getting a bit worried. The referee can have a say, Warren Storr. The referee can have a say. I've got 2 daughters, DJ, and a son. Don't be nervous. We'll beat Liverpool, says Louis. Look, I'm with all of you lot. You know, we are a community on the United Stand, and don't ever feel you're on your own. If we lose tomorrow, we lose together. If we win together, we win together. Don't feel that you're out there on your own. You know, if you're on Twitter, share your Twitter names, get people following you, have a community going. You know, this is the whole point of the United Stand. It's a fan channel. We all support Manchester United. We're not always going to agree. But you're not on your own, whatever the thing. I mean, I think every single one of us wants to win tomorrow. Every single one of us thinks that every single Manchester United player should hit that ground running from minute 1 tomorrow. Every single one of us expects a performance from Manchester United tomorrow. Because if you can't motivate yourself for Liverpool, why are you wearing a Manchester United shirt? There's that brilliant saying from Roy Keane. The only motivation I ever needed was walking into the changing rooms and seeing that Manchester United shirt. As soon as I put it on, it was like Superman, because that shirt carries so much history. It doesn't matter. They can change the shirt design. They can change the badge. They can change the sponsor. But it's still a Manchester United shirt. And when you put that on and you walk out onto Old Trafford or any other pitch with that on, history, success, passion embodies you. I should end the show there, because that's it. You put that shirt on, you walk on that pitch. It's a privilege. It's not about how much you paid a week. It's not about why you've come to this club. Putting that shirt on, we would bleed to do that. They need to do it. There are players out there who would do it. Pogba rested for Sevilla, says Kareem. No. This cannot happen. This cannot happen. You cannot prioritise Sevilla over Liverpool. I'm sorry, you can't. This not losing tomorrow. If we don't lose tomorrow, even if we get a draw, we'll finish in the top 4. If we lose tomorrow, it opens the door up to Chelsea. Chelsea beat Palace tomorrow at 5:30. They close the gap on us. We got to win. We can't lose tomorrow. We can't lose tomorrow. And you know what? Where I will agree with everybody, Lucas Taylor's made a contribution. Shout out to Matthew for being shortlisted by MUFC. Yes, I've tried on the preview to get people voting. Get voting for moderator Matthew McFadden. Manchester United Twitter account. At the moment, you can vote for 4 people to have their image for Manchester United versus Liverpool. Vote at Matthew. That's Matthew McFadden. And he could have his image as the one for the game tomorrow. That's my Chinese. I'm going to go get it. I'll be back in a minute. Tell you, that doesn't happen. You don't get that often on a live show, do you? Chinese, back of the net. Right, let me just put it somewhere where it's not going to get steamy on my table. We've had a contribution here. Love it, love it. Because of Sanchez blocking Pogba and or slow midfield, Young preferred over Shaw, we have some problems. Liverpool midfield defence, says Ken Barnard. Good point. Love the doorbell, says Atheon News. I've got a lovely Chinese ready. 433 likes. Look, if you want to beat Liverpool tomorrow, we've got 1,700 people watching. If 50% of you hit the like button now, we'll boom past 1,000 and we'll win. I'm convinced about it. Dinner is served, Robert. I'm gonna probably go and watch a nice little film and have me. I've got some sort of vegetable fried rice, prawn toast, and chicken balls. I'd never order that from a Chinese, but because I've had a few beers, I was just like, oh, let's have it. Any Scouse accent tonight, Ridwan? No, I'm going to leave it. Matthew, you've just destroyed my image of you saying I can ring your bell any day. Look, joking apart, great community we've got. Stand together. We'll go for it. I'm really excited about tomorrow. I can't wait. And I can't give you guarantees. You can't give me guarantees. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. If it was 11 of us with the talent of Pogba and Sanchez, we'll win. What we can't do is we can't put our passion into these players. They've got to do it for themselves. They've got more talent than all of us. That's why they're playing for Manchester United and being paid a lot of money. Have they got more passion for the shirt than all of us? Of course they haven't. We're Manchester United fans. We absolutely bloody love the club. We need them to turn up tomorrow. We need them to turn up. And if they turn up, we'll win. And that's no disrespect to Salah and his crew, but it's at Old Trafford in front of 75,000 people. If those players turn up and give them fans something, they'll respond. That'll be the 12th man and we win the game. And I tell you what, I'm going to be totally honest about Liverpool now. Firmino, Mane, Wijnaldum, Khan, or whatever his bloody name is, and the paper bag they've got in goal, they can all sit down. You take Salah out that team, they would be battling Arsenal for 5th. They would. Salah has knocked him up to a level that they're having a nosebleed. Unfortunately, he's still going to be there tomorrow and he makes them a threat. But they're not the be-all and end-all. They're not something to be feared. I don't fear Liverpool. What I fear tomorrow, and I should have said this at the very start, I'm not scared of Liverpool. I'm not scared at all. I'm really not scared. If we were playing Man City, I would be like, they're a good team, I'm scared. If we play Real Madrid in the Champions League, I'd be like, they're a good team, I'm scared. Not that we can't beat them, but I'm a little bit scared. I ain't scared of Liverpool tomorrow. My biggest fear is United. Will they turn up and can our players step up? We have got weaknesses in that team. We know the midfield's a bit weak. We know the back four, depending on how he picks it, is prone to a mistake. And we know our front three, very good, but can we get them the ball? My concern tomorrow is about 100% about United, and I'll take that every day of the week, because if they turn up, we'll win. My fear tomorrow is the team, my team. I'm not scared of Liverpool. They'll take care of themselves. If we turn up tomorrow, we will win that game. That's the bottom line. Kieran can smell the Chinese. So can I. I'm going to go and finish it. Anyway, I just want to say, if you didn't watch the preview at 2 o'clock today, The first 10 minutes is probably some of the funniest stuff I've ever done. I thought it was brilliant. I'm loving putting the tweets up, and I'm going to keep doing that. And we did have the predicted preview as well. So if you didn't give it a watch, just watch it for the first 10 minutes. I think even Liverpool fans are quite enjoying the banter, especially the sex tweet. That was very, very funny. So I think it might be the eye in the top right-hand corner. Go and give it a watch. Massive game tomorrow. 11 o'clock. Sorry, 11:30 we're live. Team news, and then it gets serious. 12:30 kickoff, 2:30 result, 2:30 to 3:30 your opportunity to Skype in and have your say. Try and get some sleep, folks. Try and get some sleep. Kerry Bernard says, wife's in the kitchen. Can you say, Bridget, make Danny a sandwich? He's hungry. For a joke. Bridget, make Danny a sandwich. Bridget, make Danny a sandwich. He's hungry. There you go. I'm going to on eat my Chinese. Thanks everyone for watching. We got 633 likes. I'm disappointed we didn't do 1,000 because we need it to win. But in all fairness, you're all fantastic as usual. Subscribe if you're new. Drop a like. Make sure you go and watch the first 10 minutes of the preview from this afternoon. Very, very funny. Join me at 11:30 tomorrow. You know what? You know what? Have a look on my Twitter feed at Mark Goldbridge at the GIF I've put. Jon Snow falls off his horse, pulls his sword out, and there's a crowd of horses running towards him. He's facing imminent doom, but he's there ready to fight. That's how I feel, and I think that's how many of you feel as well. I don't care. I'm not going to turn and run. I'll face up to Liverpool. I don't care if Liverpool roll in tomorrow. If they beat us 4-0, I'll still be bloody giving it at 90 minutes. I'm not bothered. If the players don't turn up tomorrow, it doesn't change anything. We're ready. We're ready as fans. We know what it's about. We're ready. It's now down to the players to deliver, and I think they will. Thanks everyone for watching. Speak to you all soon. Have a cracking evening, and make sure you go and watch the preview if you didn't watch it. I'll speak to you soon. And also get over to Man United Twitter and vote for @Matthew. That's Matthew McFadden. See you soon.